Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. I hope everyone is safe and healthy. In today's video we have with us the 2022 edition of the Pure EV e-Trans Neo. Pure EV has done multiple updates to the scooter, and that involves cosmetic updates as well as suspension update. So let me familiarize you with the updates that the e-Trans Neo gets. But before we go ahead, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you are never missing out any update from Rev Explorers. We are also present on Instagram. The handle will be right over here. You can check out our page and you can chat with us there as well. From the exteriors, e-Trans still has the same look because in the front it gets handle mounted LED headlights with body mounted LED DRLs and LED turn indicators. In the front it gets telescopic forks which are same from the previous generation, but now it gets the dust covers for protecting it from dust and water as well as enhancing the life of the suspension. At the rear are new dual shock absorbers which is slightly more stiffer and has better damping. We'll check that out in the right section. With that, in the front is a 10-inch alloy wheel with a 90 by 100 section CEAT tire mounted on it, and at the rear is a 3.0 profile tire which is mounted on a 10-inch hub motor. Now the hub motor is the same BLDC motor which was available in the previous generation, having a nominal power of 1.5 kilowatt and a peak power of 2.2 kilowatt. With that, this e-Trans Neo gets a brand new swing arm cover which helps protect the drum brakes as well as the cables. Now coming to the braking system of the scooter, it is still the same. In the front you have 200mm disc brake with Pure EV calipers, and at the rear is a 135mm drum brake. And because this scooter has a hub motor, it has something called as EBS, so it electronically stabilizes while you are braking. From the side profile, it still looks the same. It is available in 6 different colors and has the same 175mm ground clearance. The seat is completely new. It is 140mm longer than the previous seat and 10mm wider. The seat height is still the same, but it is much more cushionier and accommodates two very easily. Now let's hop on and see how it is. It is definitely comfortable. The only challenge I see with the e-Trans Neo is the switch gear over here, because that reduces the knee room, and while I am turning it actually hits my knee. So this is not a tall rider friendly scooter, it is more for short riders. With that, on the front board you get 2 small pockets and a hook to hang your bags. One more update over here is the new lock set. Now the lock set is much more secure and robust. In fact, you get 4 keys with this lock as well as 2 remotes. The remote has 3 buttons: lock, unlock and the center Pure EV logo button. Now the lock will activate the anti-theft alarm, the unlock will basically unlock it, and while it is unlocked, if you press the center button twice, it will basically switch on the scooter. With that, the e-Trans Neo gets a revised grab rail. Now the quality has improved. In fact, it gives the pillion better back support as well as it is easy to grab on. Under the seat is a 67.2 volt 10 ampere charger, and the good news is now you get space to keep it, because Pure EV has redesigned the complete housing for the battery and it goes slanted inside the body now. It is still removable, so you can always remove it, but then you have some amount of boot space to utilize. There are 2 ways of charging the battery. One is you take it out after switching on the MCB, and the other one is you directly plug it in from the outside. It is a 60 volt 2.5 kilowatt hour battery and it has been developed by Pure EV, so it is made in India. As standard, Pure EV gives 3-year battery warranty, 1-year motor warranty and 1-year controller warranty. But by paying just Rs 3000, you can extend the warranty to 5 years of battery warranty, 2 years of controller warranty and 3 years of motor warranty. Now the e-Trans Neo gets a detachable lady footrest. It is no more welded. In fact, Pure EV has slightly changed the position. It has been moved towards the rear. However, it is still not sufficient, because if a lady is sitting sideways, the footrest is way ahead, so you cannot comfortably sit. Secondly, if you are a tall rider, it will still come in your way. So I think Pure EV, you should move it even more behind so that it is comfortable and easy to use. At the rear is LED tail light with bulb turn indicators. Now let's check out the brand new instrument cluster. Just like the ePluto 7G, the e-Trans Neo also gets a big instrument cluster. It has a big digital speedometer with a big odometer, and then is the battery level indicator. Along with that, there are multiple indicators over here. With that, on the left hand side of the speedometer, you get to see the ride mode you are in. So 1, 2, 3, depending upon the speed and the range that you want. Unfortunately, now the e-Trans Neo doesn't get side stand cutoff, which is very well needed in this scooter for safety. Coming to the handlebar, now Pure EV has branded these grips, but they have still not changed these buttons. I was hoping to see these buttons integrated in this switchboard itself, because the headlight and the DRL control is no more useful, as with the BS6 compliant the headlights have to be on, and there are two horn buttons now on the right as well as on the left. So that is why I say that this can be integrated over here. Pure EV, if you are listening, this is a suggestion, because then you will have ample amount of knee room if these buttons go on the dashboard. So if you are looking at the e-Trans Neo for the first time, I should tell you that these are the mode selector switch 1, 2, 3. The first one having the maximum range but the slowest speed, and the third one having the fastest speed and the minimum range. The maximum speed of the scooter is 60 kmph and the maximum range can go beyond 120 kilometers. This green button is the parking button, which will help you disable the throttle, and if you pull the brake, it is again enabled, so you can drive now. Coming to the left hand side, you have the headlight control, the turn indicator control and the horn. So it is a very loud single tone horn. The mirrors have also been updated. They are big enough and they ergonomically suit the design of e-Trans Neo. But my favorite is that they are big enough so that you have the complete rear view. Now let's take the e-Trans Neo on the city roads of Pune and see how it performs. And before you go on a ride, don't forget to wear your helmet and follow all road safety rules. The comfort is definitely better on this scooter. The seat was already well padded and comfortable, but now it has more room for the rider as well as the pillion. It can seat two very easily. The seating is upright, and as it is still a short rider friendly scooter, someone above 5'8" has to either crouch or push back on the seat. There are no stress points, and this is a good commute scooter. In terms of performance, the scooter is still the same. It has the same hub motor, which gives you decent amount of power and has a good pickup. Perks of having an electric scooter is instantaneous torque. e-Trans can do a top speed of 60 km/h, which is pretty decent for city use. And when tuned down, it could deliver a range of more than 120 km. The motor is very smooth and silent. There is no whining noise even when the scooter is running at full speed. In fact, there are no vibrations to complain of. On top of it, as the battery has shifted down, the center of gravity has also lowered, offering better stability and control. The only challenge that I see is with the lag between the brakes and acceleration, which could land you in a tricky spot, especially when you are on a slope. Because even if you are accelerating, when you release the brakes, there is a significant lag before the motor kicks in. The brakes inspire good confidence. The front disc has a good bite and feedback. The rear drum also has an amazing bite because of EBS. The moment brakes are applied, the motor goes into regenerative mode, which increases the resistance in the rear wheel, helping in efficient and powerful braking. The scooter's lightweight definitely helps in agility, but it's not just that. The major role is played by the suspensions. The front suspensions are stiff, aiding in better riding control, and the new rear suspension easily take on the bad roads and rough patches. It is definitely better than the previous generation, overall making the handling better and the ride comfortable. The Speedo is now big and readable, especially when compared with the previous generation. Pure EV has done some good improvements on the scooter, but there is still scope, and Pure EV is working on it based on customer feedback. That's the best thing I like about this company, and that makes this scooter better. There is no denying the fact that there are improvements needed in the e-Trans Neo, but the best part is Pure EV is listening and they are continuously improving the scooter, which is a good thing. So if you are an owner of e-Trans Neo, give them the feedback and you will see the improvements happening. This is what I like about this company, and the catch over here is that this is a value for money product. You will not get an electric scooter with this kind of performance and range in just 81,999 ex-showroom Delhi. So this is now 3,000 expensive than the earlier version, but it has improved a lot. So I think the rate is justified. I hope this video was helpful for you. Do give us a thumbs up and let us know what you think about the e-Trans Neo. We'll see you again in the next video, and before you close your browser, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell if you are new to our channel, and we are also available on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. So if you have any doubts or inquiries, you can leave it in the comment section below or get in touch with us on our social media pages. Until we meet next time, stay home, stay safe, bye bye, take care.